New rules in effect to get your CDL on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Sorry, no Rusty on this one. My video that I just ended up posting tonight was what I did last night. That Sleeper Remodel episode 91, but something was going on with YouTube. Took all day, literally, to upload that. So, sorry about that. Just doing a quick one today. I had to bring my younger son, Ben, over. He's 16. He was finally able to get his driver's license. So we went over to do that. And while we're there, what do I see? Yeah, Asian Mai highlighted this on his channel a few days ago. Thank you for that, Asian Mai. I've subscribed to your channel, so I get all your updates. So he was talking about this, and when I was at the Driver's License Bureau, or DMV, or whatever you want to call it, there with my son today, yeah, I saw this, and there are new requirements. And is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? If you're trying to get your CDL, it might be a pain in the ass. But in my opinion, it's a Band-Aid. I'll tell you why. Okay, because what they're saying is here, there's a whole list of stuff here on the back, and I'll read this to you. Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, ELDT regulations establish new minimum training standards for individuals applying for Class A or Class B CDL for the first time, an upgrade of an existing Class B CDL to a Class A, or a hazardous materials, H, a passenger endorsement, or a school bus endorsement for the first time. Entry-level drivers must complete the applicable training from a provider listed on the training provider registry at blah 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 fmcsa.gov. You can go check that out. Prior to taking a relevant, I'll put the link in there. Prior to taking a relevant skills or knowledge test at a WYDOT driver services location. WYDOT, this is for Wyoming only. What's what WYDOT stands for? Wyoming Department of Transportation. WYDOT driver services must verify that the commercial driver's license applicant has completed the required entry-level driver training before administering the relevant skills or knowledge test. Now, I went to a truck driver training school. I went to Sage in Casper. There's also a Sage here in Cheyenne, and I think there's a few others over the country. They were pretty good in training us. They actually did a fair amount of actual driving a truck training, which I know a lot of them don't do. Bobby Reach, on your channel, I know you said that you didn't really get much driver training and you wished you had more. That's what I hear from most people. This is why I say this is a Band-Aid. It's basically the federal government trying, people say, well, truck drivers should have more training, yeah, and probably they should. But this is just a Band-Aid by saying, okay, well now we're going to make sure that everybody has to go through some sort of school, i.e. pay for it, more scratch out of your pocket. So, what if you've been on a farm your whole life and you've been driving big rigs and stuff? You probably don't need to do this, but now, thanks to this, you have to go to a school. And there's some others maybe who grew up with parents of truck drivers and so forth, and yet now they still have to go to a school. So, this is where I say it's a Band-Aid. Because all it's going to do is, it's like so many laws and rules. It keeps the honest people honest. So now if you want to get your CDL, you have to go to this website to find out an approved school to make sure you have your training before you can go now and actually apply for you can get your permit. But then if you want your full license, then you have to have had that and have proof of that training from one of their approved schools before you can take your skills test. Shouldn't this be up to the state and federal governments to make sure you're qualified to drive before they give you your CDL? And now they're just saying, oh, we're going to just hand it off to some school to say, oh, we're fine. Oh, they're good enough. That just means that now the DMVs and so forth are not going to put as much emphasis on making sure you're good enough to drive. I know some states are easier to get a CDL than others. Wyoming's pretty damn tough. You had to take a real driving test, backing, parallel. We had to do dock backing, everything, But I know a lot of states don't do that. So I think this is just a way for a lot of states to just pass the buck. This is where I cry bullshit. But I went through an approved school, But the thing is, it's just like when they had the ELD mandate. And they let all the companies who make ELDs certify themselves. Not circumcise themselves. That would be a whole other issue. Hello! But no, they have to be self-certified, which means they just have to say, yo, yeah, we're doing everything we need to do. We promise. So that's my problem with it, is because the government isn't checking to see if these schools are doing the right amount of training before you can go get your stuff. No, they're just letting the schools say, oh yeah, we're doing everything we're supposed to do. Believe us. So that's where I call bullshit. It's just another thing to keep the honest people honest, and now costing new drivers who are trying to get their CDL more money and time. What if you've had all of the training you need? What if you're actually very good at it? You just had no formal training. Swift and CR England and others crank out new drivers every day that they've put through their training program. Is that good enough? Alright, so just a quick video to rant about that a little bit. Certainly throw any comments down there. I'd love to read those. I get to your comments always within about 24 hours, especially while I'm still home finishing my remodel project. If you haven't checked out my truck remodel, I've got 91 updates so far, because I've documented this whole thing from the beginning to end, completely remodeling the sleeper unit here on my Freightliner Coronado. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe, please like and comment. And don't forget about Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter. And as always, if that magic YouTube fairy dust, Clutch and Rusty sleeping inside, out. Yeah, I'm here at Dana Barrett's apartment, and she's kind of possessed and claims she's the gatekeeper. Does that mean anything to you? Yeah, I'm here with Vince, and he claims he's the keymaster. Oh, well, we have to get these two together. I think that would be extraordinarily bad.